So now I have 2:30 on the dot on my computer. So we will go ahead and get started with our conversation today. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sarah Blackman. I am one of the EOF counselors here at the wonderful Rutgers-Camden. Here is currently my home. However, at Rutgers-Camden is where I live. I wanted to take today just to get to know some of you. If you're comfortable taking your or putting your camera on, your video on, please feel free. This is a very casual conversation today. It's not going to require a lot of engagement, but I am going to ask you to participate in maybe a couple polls or so. And so again, this is a Meet Your Counselor session. You all have probably attended a couple of other sessions earlier this week, and possibly even later today. We have a couple other sessions happening as well. But again, today we're just going to talk. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself as we sort of develop this relationship where we'll be working together throughout the summer and throughout your entire college career. And so also another thing, you all are awesome in your video call etiquette. I appreciate that. Feel free to keep yourself muted as I'm talking. But this is sort of a more informal session. And so if you want to sort of like jump in, talk, ask a question, feel free. If you have the ability to use the chat, please feel free at any point to use the chat. I'll be allotting some time for questions at the end where we can kind of just have this open forum, but throughout the conversation, please feel free to ask any questions whatsoever. So again, I said that I was going to tell you a little bit about myself because I think that's important for you all to know when you are embarking on your journey and building your support network. You have to know the people who are in the network, right? So my name is Sarah Blackman. I am one of the EOF counselors, as I said. I've worked in this office for a little over a year now, but I've worked at Rutgers in general for, I think, probably 3 or 4 years total. Before that, I actually, fun fact, was an alumni of Rutgers as well. So in between school and working at Rutgers, I did some community development work, worked at nonprofits, which is really enjoyable things because my undergrad degree was in urban studies and psychology, and my master's degree is in public policy and administration. So all of that to say that I love working with people and I love working for people, right? That's sort of my role here, is that I'm working for you all. I'm working to help you all succeed. So this is something to me that is more of a calling than a job. I really truly believe in the power of helping other people and lifting one another up. And so I'm very excited to work with you all. And in this time, in this space that we're sort of living in, I'm very excited that you are choosing to embark on this path where you're going to be bettering yourself, bettering the communities that you live in, bettering other people, peers, and just learning and growing as academics and as potential educators in the future. So that's really exciting. Other things to note about me. Like I said, I'm an alumni of Rutgers. I am turning into a Rutgers lifer. That is okay. I'm also a first generation college student, I should say that, or was a first generation college student. I was the first in my family to go to school. And I'm also a first generation homeowner. I just bought my first home a little over a year ago. And so that is also to say that I am in it for the long haul with working at Rutgers. So I sort of planted roots and I'm here to stay, and I'm excited about that. Other than that, I am sort of an open book. I am happy to engage with you all in any and all topics. I am a big foodie, and so I love to see the spots that are around Rutgers that are not sort of the cafeteria or anything like that. So once we're back on campus, I'll tell you where all the spots are if you're unfamiliar. And then other than that, I try to just be a listening ear. This is a very challenging experience, wonderfully challenging, but it is a challenging experience. And a lot of times you can sort of feel like you don't know what you're doing. I grew up with a single mom, and she's wonderful and she's amazing. However, she did not know what on earth I was doing when I went to school. And those kinds of memories linger with me years and years after. completing my degrees, I just remember that sort of feeling of, oh my gosh, I have to just figure all this out. This burden is on me. While there is some truth to that, the burden doesn't have to be totally on you and you alone, because there are people like us in our offices to support you and help carry the burden and help alleviate the burden entirely, right? So I'm big about collaborating. I'm big about community and just being vulnerable and talking through things that you're going through so that we can make sure that you're your best self and can tackle on any day-to-day challenge. All right, enough about me. Another fun fact, I don't love to talk about myself. I'm more of the introverted type, but I want to hear from you all. And by here, I mean you participate in a very non-invasive poll. So I will go ahead and share my screen, and I'll also share the link in the chat to this. If you've done a session with me earlier this week, I'm using the same link, the same poll everywhere. Let's see, where did I go with the chat? Okay, here we go, and here we go. These are like the sounds of video calling video conferencing. Okay, so I've activated this poll. You'll see it on the screen. You will see, I'll put it in here, poll.com/ my full name minus the N, which I always think is odd, 724. Or you can text in, text that number 37607, the same kind of name, and then you can vote by texting in. So take a couple minutes to do this. I'm going to probably play a little music. Other fun facts, I love 90s, early 2000s R&B and hip hop. That is sort of my go-to playlist. This playlist I actually found on Spotify. It's called The Cook In instead of The Cook Out because of social distancing life. So fun plug for that. But so this I should probably say first, the communication method. I don't want to inundate people and overwhelm people with a ton of emails while we're going through the Summer Institute and everything of that nature. And so I want to hear from you about what kind of communication method do you prefer? Would you rather have GroupMe, there's Band, or WhatsApp? Band I've never heard of in my lifetime until I was doing research for this, but it seemed pretty cool. I kind of figured that GroupMe would be the consensus because that seems to be something that people use more often, but then I wasn't sure about WhatsApp and what you preferred too. So awesome. If you haven't gotten a chance to vote on this one, please feel free to just throw it in the chat what your preference is. But I will go ahead and keep it moving because I have a couple other questions for you. Okay. So please vote if you are the first in your family to go to college or if you have a sibling who is in college. All right. So far, first in your family. Interesting. I have no, you have a sibling who's in college. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So thank you for participating in that. Being the first in your family to go to college is amazing. Amazing. Like, I just need to put that out there first. I have so much respect and encouragement for people who decide to chart their own path. I think that's amazing. I think that is fearless and brave and just wonderful overall. So props to you all for doing that. The other thing that I will say about being the first in your family to go to college is that, again, you're going to feel a lot of pressure, and you probably already are feeling that pressure of like, oh my gosh, I have to figure this all out. I'm here to say again and again and again until I'm blue in the face that you are not alone in this. You have support all around you. This institution as a whole, but also this campus and this office are literally designed and created to support you in your journey. So there are going to be barriers, there's going to be challenges and things that come up, but I want to hear from you all about those challenges so that we can be proactive, we can tackle them together. And even if you're like, no, it's fine, it's something that I have to deal with on my own. I get that, but you have to remember that you're now part of a community. And being a part of a community means that you lean on one another from time to time. And so I hope that that message sticks with you moving forward. I hope people are comfortable asking for help moving forward and just letting us know what you have going on so that we can best support you. We are the experts on the Rutgers-Camden campus. We may have access to resources that you didn't even know existed, right? And so always tell us what you have going on. Okay. And then I want to hear from you about where you're at currently amidst this COVID-19 lifestyle. And I guess I probably should leave this a full screen so that you can all see better. Maybe that would be good. Okay. So vote if your sleep schedule is wild now due to quarantine, or the alternative, you've never gotten this much sleep in your life. I will be jealous of those who say that you've never gotten this much sleep in your life if there are any out there. Personally, I have been I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. The days blur together. Yesterday, I think I took a nap after work, and then I was up until like 3, and then I woke up at like 7, and so I'm all over the place. I'm trying to keep a regular schedule, but then also kind of just rolling with it because that's where I'm at right now. So yes, I see that we're all kind of on the same page for this, so I'm appreciative of that. Okay. So then vote if you made a TikTok during quarantine, you had TikTok way before quarantine, or you're like me and saying, what on earth is a TikTok? I cracked myself up with that one. I had no idea what on earth TikTok was before quarantine. And then I think it was one of my students who said something like, Miss Sarah, do you have a TikTok? And I was like, what on earth are you talking about? I thought that I was cool because I knew Instagram, but I don't think that that's the case anymore. And so I see that there's a lot of people standing with me on this one. And so I'm grateful for that because I felt very old when this happened. But then for the people who had TikTok way before quarantine, I think that that is very cool because it is, I ended up downloading it. Posts will never happen from me, but I was curious after this craze happened during quarantine. And it's like very addicting. I think my first time logging on, I spent like an hour and a half just scrolling through these videos. And so kudos to you all if you are putting time, effort, and energy into this. I do not have skills like that. Okay. Now vote if, this is where it gets heated. Vote if you are from North Jersey, you're from South Jersey, or you're from Central Jersey and you believe that it exists. My South Jersey people. So another fun fact about me, I am, I guess, born and raised in South Jersey. And I have family, most of my family is from Philly. But my mom moved over to Jersey when my brother was born. And so I've lived my brother's older than me. I've lived my whole life in Jersey. There was a moment in my life where I thought I was gonna like just move to a different country or something like that, which now doesn't seem so bad sometimes. But now I think that I have decided that I am a South Jersey lifer. At least my roots. I love to travel, but at least my roots. Wow, all South Jersey. Okay. I think this is the last one. But vote if you're excited about college. I want to see where your head's at. If you're nervous about college, or if you're both excited and nervous about college. Any of those answers are fine. Even if you're just 100, you're like, I'm a nervous wreck, I'm a mess, I'm 100% feeling nervous and only nervous about college. That's okay. I just wanted to put this on here. I think I did another poll like this in another session that we did earlier this week, but I really just wanted to sort of gauge where you're all at, and also allow you to see that there are other people like you and feeling the same way that you're feeling. So I'm always going to bring it back to this, that college is new and it's different and it's challenging and it's exciting and wonderful, and this space in your life that you're never going to experience again unless you go back to school like me, which I'm planning to go back to school again. But it is a wonderful, wonderful experience. But it comes with its challenges, as does everything that's worthwhile, right? The fact that you are embarking on this, the fact that you are a part of this program, I think even more so, is such an incredible piece to this because you are never going to be unsupported. Um, there are very, very few things that we try to accomplish with EOF, which is building community and sense of belonging and making you feel supported. And so that is our 100% goal here, along with you achieving what you set out to do with your goals. So I appreciate the transparency. I appreciate the honesty. I'm always big about being transparent and honest. So I appreciate you all for that. Okay. So we have done with this, and now I'm going to stop sharing my screen in a manner that is efficient and quick because I know how to do this, but I've been doing this for months. There we go. I appreciate everybody bearing with my technical difficulties and all of the technical difficulties that we've had thus far. This is part of the process of this virtual experience that we're having and learning that we're having, and it is not the most ideal all the time. But we're working through it together. So that's all I have to say about it. All right. So I wanted to just sort of wrap this up on me talking at you, and then we'll open it up for questions. But again, I just want to say that you all are going to be part of this community at Rutgers and EOF specifically, but at Rutgers, where it is truly unlike any other. I am not turning into a Rutgers lifer for no reason. I did end up working at another organization between my graduation and coming back to Rutgers, but ultimately I found that there were so many more things and more opportunities and more support and more community at my alma mater, right? That I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get back there at any chance that I can. And so the moment that a job opened up, I was all over it. That is a testament to the community that Rutgers-Camden builds. And it's not perfect, it's like a family, right? If any family that you have in life, whether it's your friends, whether it's actual family, whether it's any other kind of family that you have or community, there are of course going to be problems and challenges that come up, and nothing's going to be perfect, and sometimes it's a little messy. But this community of people, I will always say that Rutgers-Camden is sort of this like real people campus where it's all these diverse people who are coming from all these different backgrounds, and people understand what it is to be, you know, a real human being. This isn't like an Ivy League university where people may be, you know, out of touch, or the majority may be very out of touch. And however, you are getting near, if not the same as Ivy League education, because we have such world-renowned professors at our institution. So it's a really unique experience, and I really think that you're going to find that there's something special being a part of this community. And so I hope that that is sort of at the core of your mind when you're thinking about college, not as just this something scary thing, but also as this community that you are now going to be a part of and brought into this family. And so always keep it in your mind as well. We are here for you. I am here for you. You can always reach out. I don't care what the question is. If you're like, hey, I kind of forget what you said about this one very specific thing, please just reach out to me. It doesn't matter what the question is. I will always answer you in some sort of way. And my promise to you is that if I don't have the answer, I'm always going to find the answer. And so I want to take a couple minutes now and see if anybody has any questions whatsoever. Feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question, or if you want to put anything in the chat, that's fine too. I'll read it out and just make sure that your question is heard. The other thing I'll say is that if anyone does have questions, if there are answers that I don't have at the moment, I will be sure to follow up with you. I followed up with all the students in the first session as well earlier this week. And then the other thing that I should say, and let me put my email in here, is that if you have questions in the future, please, please, please reach out to me. Just put my email in the chat. And so if things come up, you're like, I don't really know if I have any questions right now. That's fine. Just reach out to me and I will be here. So I'll hang out. I'll be here. If you are like, nope, I'm good, I'm going to go, then please have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the weather. I think it's supposed to rain again, but it looks really nice out right now. So if there are no questions, enjoy the rest of your day. If you have questions, feel free to unmute or throw it in the chat. Chloe, yes, I did see your email, Chloe, and I actually forwarded it to our assistant director because I wanted to make sure that I got you the most accurate information. So I will likely have an answer for you by the end of the day. If not, be on the lookout for an email from our assistant director by the end of the day today. No problem. All right, thanks everybody. Have a good day.